you know, it could be knockoff products that I'm getting. So I'm 100% certain that it's authentic and gotten directly from the source. And for me, when I did my own research at the time, or I mean, maybe it's because I haven't seen other stores or haven't seen as many stores, but for me, they were the best fit in terms of pricing. Their prices were very amazing because I mean, I got the Cosmelan cream. It's a really small vial, it's a really small container, and I got to save about 30 something thousand naira on that cream, as opposed to, because I mean, I was supposed to get it from somewhere else, but then I decided to just check around a little bit more, and I found them, and I found that buying from them would save me about 30 something thousand naira, maybe even more. Yeah, because I remember it was a significant amount when I was buying. So yes, I would say do your research beforehand. Make sure you're checking all the stores that you can to settle on one that works with, that can give you good delivery time and also give you amazing prices, where you can save some money as opposed to buying it somewhere that would be more expensive. So yes, back to the actual peel procedure. So now I did the prep peel, and yes, that peel had me feeling tight, but not too tight. It was painful, but not too painful. That's the first prep peel that I did. And it did in fact help with the acne, the active acne that I had been getting, especially on this side of my face. But now on to the D-Day, the Cosmelan Peel itself. So now, the esthetician explained to me that the Cosmelan Peel itself is not supposed to be painful, because on the day of the peel, they did a couple of procedures before the actual peel. I still had some active acne on this side of my face, so they did like an electrotherapy or something like that, where they had this tiny equipment that had some very mild electric current to just go over my face, especially the parts where I had active acne. And I think I also did some hydrotherapy, basically this tool where water at a very high pressure will be taking over your face in order to flush out the pores. So I did that as well, and then moved on to the actual peel. Now the actual peel is it's just like a cream or something. It looks like mud even, that they apply over your face, and you're supposed to keep it on for 12 hours. So of course you would need to be scheduled, or you would need to be scheduling to do that procedure in the morning, so that like early morning, so that you can be able to sleep peacefully at night. Because for me, I found it to be a very hectic day that day, keeping it on for that long, and it required that I wash my face by 12 a.m. That is in the midnight. And I happened to sleep off while waiting for it, so I ended up washing mine by 2 a.m. It was an experience. It was really an experience. But then nothing prepares you. I don't even think they talk about it enough on how discomforting and honestly painful the Cosmelan is. It's actually painful, honestly. Let nobody lie to you. Well, at least in my experience, it was painful and very, very uncomfortable. So you would need to stay in air-conditioned places for the entire day. I'm telling you, any single heat that you get to feel on your face will any single heat that you get to feel on your face will lead you to tears. And for me, I don't know if it was a thing on my esthetician's part, but it kept entering my eyes, so it felt like I couldn't even see well that day. It was quite the experience, and my face was swollen that day. It was a lot. It was a lot. It was an experience. I keep saying it was an experience, and you can see I would be able to post up video evidence of what that experience was really like in the moment, because it was painful and very, very uncomfortable. But that's not all. So where it gets real is the coming days. So in the coming days, you would experience a lot of darkening of your skin, and peeling. For me, I had one round of very, very of serious shedding, of peeling, really, not even shedding. Then I had about 3 rounds of mild shedding, especially on the sensitive areas of my skin, like here and around my nose. And I've also noticed that here underneath my lips is, a lot tighter than it used to be. So I think I still keep experiencing shedding there. So what I experienced for the next 1 week was, honestly, it was very uncomfortable. I couldn't put on lotion um, without my whole face feeling very peppery. It was very uncomfortable. It was really uncomfortable. And even till now, I mean, now I don't get any of that peppery sensation. And this is about 2 weeks. This is about 2 weeks, yeah. 2 weeks after the peel, I don't get the peppery sensation anymore. But then my skin still feels tight on, especially here. It still feels tight. So yeah, I would say if you are down for experiencing that sort of discomfort, at least it's best for you to go into it understanding that you are going to experience a lot of discomfort. And if you are preparing, and if you're a gym girl, you will not be able to exercise for at the very least a week. My esthetician told me 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, but honestly, a week in my experience. I was able to get back to the gym after a week, and I didn't really experience all that much discomfort while working out. So yeah, I think if you're getting your Cosmelan Peel done, you should know first of all that it's a very uncomfortable process, and aftercare is really where it's at. So you need to get all your products beforehand. Um, Choose a store that works for you, both in timeline of their deliveries and also price wise. So you need to check a lot of stores in order to weigh their prices and also weigh their timelines for delivery. And you also need to go into it knowing that you're going to experience discomfort and pain. And if you're getting it done, ahead of an event, I would suggest a month and 2 weeks. So this is me just breaking it down and giving a summary of everything that I have said about getting a Cosmelan Peel done. So now, to my review. Is a Cosmelan Peel worth it? I would say for the price, I would say it might be a little bit too over the top. The price is a little over the top, but then it definitely has an effect, right? Because on this side of my face particularly, I used to have, I still sort of experience very, very mild breakouts. And mind you, if you're struggling with acne, like I said, a Cosmelan Peel is not an acne treatment. It's just a pigment, hyperpigmentation treatment. So you would need to focus on your acne treatment. You would need to get products that have benzoyl peroxide. I use the Replenix 10% benzoyl peroxide acne face wash, and I also use the Uncover blemish serum. Yeah, and I think that they actually really help. And I especially have a soft spot in my heart for the Replenix face wash because, on my chin, I just noticed yesterday evening that I had this very angry acne. And I did my whole face. I just washed my face yesterday with the benzoyl because I use it at night. I washed my face with the benzoyl peroxide, wash, and it started to have head, and I expect that this would be cleared in today, tomorrow, right? So yeah, you would need to take your acne treatment very seriously, because like I said, a Cosmelan Peel or a Cosmelan is really not an acne treatment. It's not. So yes, does the Cosmelan work? I would say yes. It does work, especially if you're having very serious hyperpigmentation. It really does help with hyperpigmentation because, but then you also need to know that uh, in the 2 weeks or the aftermath is what I'm experiencing is that my face is now a lot lighter. Well, not a whole lot, but then it is now lighter than my body. And I believe that this is going to, my face is going to repigment, like, balance out the pigment. I believe so. But yeah, these are basically the stages of a Cosmelan treatment that people considering it need to be aware of, before you actually go for it. But yeah, it really does help with pigment, because I can testify this part of my face, the right side of my face, really, really used to have I used to have a lot of acne on that side of my face, but I think that the pigment, that the post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation that came with that cleared up, and yeah, I think that the Cosmelan did its job. Yes, but then I think the price may be a little bit too over the top. Honestly speaking, yeah, it may be a little bit too much. But this is where I make an honorary mention of vitamin C. So now, I understand the fact that vitamin C is not a cure all, and it doesn't really lighten you up, right? What it does is that it really brightens you and gives you, helps your skin to be more plump, because it aids in producing collagen and all of that. But then, can we just give it a round of applause? Can we just have a moment of silence for vitamin C and the way it just really balances out the skin? And not in terms of pigmentation, but in terms of like brightening and just giving you a very youthful, glowy appearance. Because before I did a Cosmelan Peel, I did this mild facial, and afterwards I was recommended this vitamin C serum for everyday use. And to be honest with you, there was a glow. The glow was undeniable. The glow was there. Like, nobody can even tell me anything. And I'm telling you that I was glowing even more then than I do now after getting the Cosmelan Peel, like while using the vitamin C serum. Like, can we just have a moment? Can we have a round of applause for vitamin C? Because vitamin C is whoever she thinks that she is. Like, she is that girl. She is that girl. So I would say that, if you are on a budget and you're not treating serious hyperpigmentation, and what you're looking for is, some brightening to just give you that youthful glow, and you're just on a budget and you can't pick a lot of ingredients to just, combine it and give you that super duper just go for a product that has good vitamin C, right? You don't have to go over the top with 20%, or if you're a beginner, don't go over the top, but try out vitamin C. If you're a beginner, I think 10%, could do. And you can start out using it like maybe 2-3 times a week before going every day, every day in the week. But yeah, well, before I go on and on and on, so that we have something to talk about in the future videos, I will end this video here. Ciao.